We run to the cigarettes. We run to the drink. We run to popping the bottles. We run to getting the different women to fill that void. That void is not gonna be fulfilled because you got a spiritual problem. You at war with your mind within the flesh and the spirit. Right now, you getting what you need to war with. You a warrior, I can see it in your eyes, you're a warrior. But you need to know how to fight. Not just hit him. I'm talking about war in the spirit, my brother. And that's why I want to give you today to equip yourself with the Spirit of God so you can fight any problems coming towards you. He saw us last year, but now he wants some understanding. He said he's been having crazy questions, full of questions, right? Yeah. And he wants you to answer for him. So
I'll pray. Question number one, what you got for me? Matter of fact, what's your name?
My name's David.
David? Zacchaeus, David. So,
my question, the thing that get me on this is God said don't put your trust in man. So why would he send somebody down here in like human-like form to basically, you know what I'm saying? That throw me off right there. And then it says, in order,
human-like form, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it says, in order for you basically to get to the Father, who do you have to go through? The Son.
Let's go to Hebrews. I'm gonna answer that first question first. This is why he sent his sons. Let's go to 10. Yep. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 3. Yes, sir. We're gonna read down.
Book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 3. But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance.
Are you familiar that we used to sacrifice before Christ crucifixion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all praise. This is what this make a reference.
Again, made us sin every year.
Because our people used to sin every year, so we used to have to make sacrifices every year.
For it is not possible that the bloods of bulls and of goats,
but the bloods of the bulls and goats, which we sacrifice for sin, it could not what?
Should take away sin.
So guess what? The blood of bulls and goats could not take away sin. So what had to happen, Rick?
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world,
when Christ come into the world,
he say, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not.
Christ say, don't do no sacrifice and offering for sin no more, because that's pointless.
But a body had thou prepared me.
Guess what? Christ is that body which God prepared to be that perfect sacrifice.
And burnt offerings and sacrifice for sins thou hast.
Christ's crucifixion was for sins, to get forgiveness of sins, because blood of bulls and goats could not take away the sin.
Thou had no pleasures.
Guess what? Ain't no pleasure in the bulls and goats.
Then said I, lo, I come in the volumes of the books. Read. It is written of me.
Let's go to that's it on that?
Yes, sir.
So you understand why Christ
I got you on that. I got another question though. I got another good one for you. All right.
Next question.
All right, look. If you got all these different religions running around here, and there's only one right way, how are any of these religions gonna be right? And then I'll tell you one more thing. I got one more thing. Basically, the two things that the religions got in common, you know what that is? They all know there's a God, but you know what's in the way? A middleman. Why can't I go fully on to God? Just, you know what I'm saying? Just to God without going through a middleman. Every religion you go through has a middleman. You go through Christianity, who's the middleman? Jesus. If you go through anything has a middleman. And then you have a God. They all know there's God at the top, but they all got a middleman in the middle. I'm trying to figure out, why do I need a middleman to get to God? Why can't I just go to God?
Christ is the Inquisition.
But then I know that it says that you almost have to be as imperfect as God. It says you almost have to be as perfect as God. The only person that's as perfect as God is Jesus. So I understand why I would go through him, but it's still just confusion.
So we about to understand. Give it up.
So hold this. So you were saying, why is it a middleman, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll show you something. Scoot back a little bit.
And I'm not being that disrespectful.
No,
bro, I'm really trying to figure it out.
I like the questions. I really want to go back to your first question. I want to slow down because I really want you to get the understanding thereof before you leave. I don't want you to leave here and don't understand.
I fully understand. When you read that, I'll tell you exactly what he was saying. The offerings that they were given basically was pointless because they weren't.
They mind wasn't right.
Yeah.
So our mind's not right. That's the most important.
And then you're idolizing something that's a.
Chronicles 20 and 20. I'm gonna show you something because you're right. I ain't gonna lie and say you wrong. These are the religions that we got. We got John the Baptist. People want to be Baptist. People want to be Mormons. People want to be Seventh-day Adventists. People want to be Jehovah's Witness, Pentecost. These are all man-made religions. You know what I'm saying? And then for you light that up, you know what I mean? Out of respect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my bad. I got you.
Out of respect, because you know this gonna hurt your body. You destroying your temple. You know, when you smoke, because you're not supposed to be in your temple. So these are man-made things to get you to destroy your body, because what's inside your body?
The Holy Spirit.
The spirit, right? Yes, so they want to destroy your spirit. They don't care nothing about your flesh. All these different religions were here to destroy your spirit. They want to put your spirit, put a 12 gauge in front and blow your spirit away. So I'm gonna show you something. Read this.
Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20 and verse 20.
Because you think about it like this. You said, why we can't deal directly with God? God already said, look, if I got to get off my throne and come down to correct you, it's going to be over with for you. It's going to be lights out. So he sent back his prophets to give you warning, to get yourself right. We got to believe on God through Christ. He said, this is my sacrifice. Now you got to get your mind right, because ain't no more exemption for you. You can't be like, can't nobody get it done. No, he done it, so follow the example. But it's still up to you if you gonna do right. Watch this.
Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20. Yes, sir, verse 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth in the wilderness of Tekoa. And they went forth. Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
So it said, hear me, O Judah, and you inhabitants of Jerusalem, to my all 12 tribes of Israel. Read on.
Believe in the Lord your God.
It said, believe in the Lord your God. Your God. Believe it or not, God ain't for everybody. That's why a lot of people jump off the ship at. God ain't for everybody. He said, your God. Everybody got their own God, but we serve the Most High God. And how do you know he's the Most High God? Because he destroyed all these different religions. All these other religions are play toys or pacifiers till the one true God come back. Yeah. Watch this.
So shall ye be established. Believe his prophet.
Believe who?
His prophet.
He said, believe his prophets. His prophets. Where are God's prophets found it? Inside the Bible. Moses was a prophet. David was a prophet. They was foretelling you things to come. They're not foretelling you anything. They're telling you, pay your tithes and believe in these lies. Come on now. This religion. This has nothing to do with God. You know what God gave us? Commandments. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. I'm going to show you something. God didn't give us religion. These are man-made religions made by this guy. Because who do they say this is?
They say they look like Jesus.
They say they look like Jesus, but you can't find this nowhere in the Bible.
Right.
I guarantee you right now, my brother, I'll give you $100 you can find this in the Bible. Right now.
No, I know you can't. I tell people this all the time.
It doesn't exist. No. Because they don't want you to exist. They gave you a false God and they told you that you was black, that you was a Negro, that you was Hispanic, that you was Latin, that you was they would tell you all these different type of names. Why they never tell you was a child of God and which one you was? Watch this.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if they will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So this is if you want to say the Bible's religion, guess what? You're right. The religion is keeping his commandments, because that's what brings forth culture. That's what brings forth law and order. We are lawless people. You got 1,000-something laws in America, and you don't obey them every day, right? But you obey the ones that's privy to you, right? So when we say laws of God, a man shouldn't steal, a man shouldn't kill, that's obvious, right? But what about Christmas? People finna celebrate Christmas. People just celebrate Thanksgiving. That's idolatry. That's not how you worship your God. You worship a whole nother God and don't even know it because of these men. Because they told you to do it. How they gonna tell you when to love your mother? They gave you Mother's Day, Father's Day. Tell you when to love your father. When we got high holy days in the Bible to tell how to serve your God. Not everybody God, because God is not for everybody. Do they get benefits from God? Yeah, they get the crumb that fall from the table. But God, the salvation is for you, not everybody. Can you read, watch this?
In his statutes, which I command thee this day, and that all these curses,
all these what?
Curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said all these curses gonna come upon you and overtake you. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad.
Bad, right? So jump to 46.
Yes, sir. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So this is how we know that we serve the one true living God. He said, these things I'm finna tell you, gonna be upon his people for a sign. How do you know we're in Paris, Texas?
I just know we right there.
Because of what?
That water tower.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
Watch this.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder. It said, I wonder where we at. Oh, look at the sign. We're in Paris, Texas. So he said these curses that we got upon us, we're gonna wonder like who we are. Oh, we the Israelites because what? The signs that's upon us. I'm gonna show you a couple signs. And you used to tell me if it resonates with our people or not. Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
And upon thy seed. What's a seed?
Seed,
Yeah.
planet. It's gonna always be there.
Your kids, right?
keep
Your
growing.
seeds. They go generate.
Like I told somebody earlier, I just said this. My meaning in life now, I'm not here for myself. I got a daughter, she's about to turn 1 in 10
That's your
days.
seed.
In 10 days. I'm planting a tree, I ain't got no meaning to sitting underneath. Like that. I'm planting a tree, I ain't got no meaning to sitting underneath. Everything I do, every mistake I make, any choice I make, is gonna be for her. So whatever I do, it's gonna affect her.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna finish this and keep that thought in mind. Don't let me forget it. Because you're doing it because you want to make sure your daughter straight, okay? Right? God doing the same thing for us to make sure our mind's right. That's why we went through these punishments. That's why we went through slavery. This is in the Bible. That's the reason why the blacks and Spanish got at the bottom, because you never say, you know what? I gotta punish you. I gotta whoop you back in the shape because you don't want to listen.
Yeah, but then they also make everything out to be white. If you look at the most cars, what color is it? White. You look, most cars, any cars you look at, what's the most color is gonna be white.
Yeah.
White cat, what's it supposed to be? Symbolize what?
Purity.
Good luck.
Good luck.
What's
All
a black cat symbolize?
Bad luck.
Bad luck.
Because
You know what I'm
they
saying?
want
But
us
they
to
do that. They want to push you away and make you. I'm so woke. I hate to say this. I be at war in my mind
So you
with the
need-
God
you need
and the
equalizer,
devil.
right?
Yeah, I be at war with God and the devil every day.
Let's finish it. I'm gonna show you. Get your mind right with the God, because you want peace, right?
Yeah, the reason I don't got peace, man, I'm just straight real with you. This whole year been rough as hell, and the reason I tell you that is my best friend died in November, skipped 2 months later, my brother died, skipped right down that, it just keep going,
Watch
going.
this, I'm gonna show
But
you.
it's all a test, I know it's a test.
Show you some. Watch this.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
He said, because we didn't serve the Lord our God with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Guess what he did? He gave you these different religions. He said, you don't want to serve me? You want to? Then you want to serve them? I'm going to turn you into a Gentile. I'm going to turn you to a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm going to turn you to a Greek. I'm going to turn you to an Egyptian. Because you want to serve them, now you're going to beat them. But I'm going to take my protection from you. Keep reading those. It's going to tell you.
For the abundance of all things.
Some things.
All
We're
things.
supposed to go to God with everything. But when we go have problems, we run to the cigarettes. We run to the drink. We run to popping the bottles. We run to getting the different women to fill that void. That void is not going to be fulfilled because you got a spiritual problem. You at war with your mind, within the flesh and the spirit. Right now, you getting what you need to war with. You a warrior. I can see it in your eyes. You're a warrior. But you need to know how to fight. Not just hit them. I'm talking about war in the spirit, my brother. And that's what I want to give you today, to equip yourself with the Spirit of God so you can fight any problems coming towards you. Because we're going to get comfort in the scriptures. Because we know we serve a mighty true God. You know Christ is a man of war, but he up here with it. If you beat somebody up here, you can beat somebody physically. Watch this.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He said he's going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. Who did it happen to in history? Who wore the yokes of iron on around their neck? When they captured them, you see the movies, even Jingle Bells. Why you think it ain't about no Santa Claus or nothing like that? They put them chains around your neck, so when you run, you get caught when running through them trees. This is the history they don't want you to know. Read on.
Until he had destroyed thee.
Are we destroyed as a people? Not physically, because we're still standing here today. But we destroyed mentally.
You got all these distractions. You got
all these distractions.
All this material stuff. They worship it.
All that. Why? Because they don't want you to know who you are. You are a son of the living God. That's who you are. But they tell you that you Hispanic. They tell you that you a Negro. They tell you that you Puerto Rican. They tell you all these different things, but they don't tell you a child of God.
My brother here, he's struggling with drug use, drug abuse.
Watch this. Perfect. Go back to what we just read. I'm gonna show you something, my brother. Cause we talking about the same thing.
I'm in the same boat too.
We like to run to these different coping mechanisms.
I've been trying to chill, man. I've been trying to get right. It's hard though.
We've been running different coping mechanisms because we had a hard life. We go through things, but we don't understand the power of God. That's what's really gonna heal us. Because we went through slavery and all that, and we went through all this oppression because we disobeyed God. This happened to the blacks and the Hispanics and the Native Americans. They did that to us. Who did it? The other nations. You can say the white man, the Arab man, they did that to us, and they broke us mentally. Now it's time to come back to our true power. If God put curses upon us, who can take them off? God. That's it. Because we got spiritual problems. That's why we run to the bottle. That's why we run to the smoke. That's why we run to the club, the different women. We're trying to put a pacifier in our mouth. But we can't pacify this. We're dealing with spiritual problems. Watch this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
He said these curses that we go through are going to be upon us for a sign and a wonder. The Hispanics being there, they in the produce field, they in the cotton, not the cotton, but they in the fruit field doing all the construction. They do all the root work, and they get crumbs from the table. If we really came together like we supposed to be, the blacks and the Hispanics and Native Americans, because we all brothers, we came together, we can take over the world. We got what we need. We don't need them. But we've been dependent on them because they said, this is God. This is our Savior. Our Savior don't look like that. That's Diablo. That's the devil the Bible speaks of. Because what's the job of the devil to do? Steal, kill, and destroy. He killed us and destroyed us as the people in our mind. We got to come back and serve the one true living God. I'm going to show you that. Jump to 48.
Yes, sir. Verse 48. Therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So who sent the enemies against us?
I couldn't
Read it again. Read smooth.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
He said, you're going to serve thy enemies, which the Lord is going to send against thee. The Lord sent the enemy because guess what? We weren't doing what we were supposed to do. We didn't serve him with joyfulness and gladness of heart. So he said, you know what? You're going to go into slavery. You're going to be at the bottom of society. You're going to be in the projects. You're going to be in the ghettos. You're going to be the first fire, the last high first fire. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So if we want a driver's license, where we got to go? What if you want some grocery? Who own it? Do we own it? But we do all the work to get it. So God said you're going to be serving your enemies. We got to know who our enemy is. We're not saying hate all nations. That's not what we're saying. You got to know who your enemy is, though, so they won't pull the wool over your eyes. And they put drugs in our community. You know about the crack arrow, right? They put that in our community to destroy our kids. It's time to fight for our kids. If we want a better generation for our kids, we got to start teaching them the laws of God. Not Santa Claus and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day and prom and quinceañeras. And that's not in the Bible.
Right.
That's not going to heal us. Watch this. Keep reading.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle.
Wait a minute. The Lord said he's going to bring a nation from afar, as swift as the eagle. What's the bird of America? When they landed on the moon, what did they say? The what has landed? Ooh. You ever wonder why it was the eagles on the back of your dollar bill and the pyramid on the back of your dollar bill? What were we doing in Egypt?
working.
We was working. We built the pyramids. We built the Great Wall of China. We built up America. We built the white. We built everything because our Father is the creator. We got the same gene as our Father. They don't want to let you know Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, it's power in knowing who your God is because now you're a creator as well. They didn't have no creation in them. They had to steal your ideas and make it like them there, but you are the creators. We are the creators. Watch this.
As swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
We didn't understand Spanish. Spanish is not our native tongue. Did you know that?
I knew that. They just put somebody made
Spaniards.
Man,
but you remember we spoke Hebrew before we spoke Spanish, they conquered us. What was it? Leonard Hernandez. He the one did
Cortez,
that.
that?
Yeah, he did that. And said, oh, now you speak Spanish. We weren't speaking Spanish at first. So we been conquered, and now we learned the oppressor's language. Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Because believe it or not, the last time I checked, believe it or not, when that was on them cotton fields, they gave our babies as alligator bait. If we was in the field, you had that little 2-year-old with that little sack, working right along with us, our babies. So would your friends do this to you? If you my friend, if I see you right now, if you was on the side of the road, I'm like, man, I'm gonna help my brother out. Not them. They gonna put your baby to work. So what am I telling y'all? You can put it down. We learned man-made religion. This is what we learned. So like you said, you're dealing with addiction, right? You're dealing with addiction, right? Give me that Wisdom of Solomon 16:12. So this is what's gonna heal us. We gotta know who we are. Because you're a prince that got power with God. What would be your forefather? What's your father? What would they call him? What would they label him? They're Mexican, what would they label your father? Black? Is your father black? So believe it or not, I want to show y'all something. Like I told you last time, we are of the 12 tribes of Israel. America has called us American Black, West Indies, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, Mexican. They named us that. Would you want to be called what God called you, or what the so-called white man has called you? What God called you? Well, when you look at it, Christ came from Judah. He was a black man. It is what it is. Because I know I go to Mexico. When you go to Juarez in Reynosa, we go to Reynosa. It's black. Grandma and them over there are black like us. They just push them to the middle of the island, the middle of the state. But grandma and them dark as me. They speak nothing but Spanish with blue eyes. So it lets you know that this is a brainwashing, like I told you a while ago. But you from the tribe of Issachar. You from the tribe of Judah if your father's black. Judah means prince that got power with God. Do you know who else came from the tribe of Judah? Jesus, he just said it. Jesus the Christ came from the tribe of Judah. I mean God's praise. But they don't tell you that. This ain't God's praise. What's his name, man? Pope Nicholas, Caesar Borgia. And he whitewashed the imagery. You can see it right here. He was whitewashing the imagery, saying that, oh, it don't matter what it is now, and now it don't matter what Christ look like, huh? At first it didn't matter now, but why you paint him white if it don't matter? You know what I'm saying? That's self-hatred. Why you want to steal people from a whole nother side of the country and bring them over here and say, nah, it don't matter who you is, just serve me and be quiet? No, that's a lie. We're not supposed to believe in lies. Watch this.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12. For it was neither herb nor modifying plaster.
You know what herbs is? That weed. You know what modifying plaster is? Them pills. Pop them pills, them perkies and all that to try to get away from reality. But the reality is we got a spiritual problem. Watch this.
For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health.
Because we want to get right with the Lord. We want to get spiritual health and physical health, right? It wasn't neither the herb or the mollifying plaster, but what was it?
But thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
The word of God will heal all things. Right. Not these churches, these modern day churches. You go in there, they be like, pay your tithes and I'm gonna tell you a lie. What? I need a revelation from God. I don't know. Go pray, find out. And then most of the time, why are men in the churches? Why are the men going to church? Let's be real.
They gotta get women.
Like, both of y'all on point. Both of y'all said it off. Y'all said it simultaneously. We're going to get the women because what you heard growing up, man, the church girls freaky. The best freaky, the freaky go out in the church girls, right? But what we learned today, we ain't trying to find God in them churches.
That tells you something wrong.
Come on now. So we serving God or serving woman?
You serving
your penis.
Yeah, you serving God.
But what did God say? Give me Hebrews 13:4. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you marriage is on. That's what we gotta do. But are we talking about getting married? Are we really trying to get married today? Cause what we've been taught of, why this man said, come as you are and do what you please. So now we got a woman on this side, now we got a baby on this side, now Christmas time come, we gotta get presents out of these kids, and now we broke.
It's all to keep everybody flowing. It keeps
Yeah.
everybody fucked up mentally, and they all just keep doing the same
Benefiting
thing.
off your back.
And it keeps going.
They benefit off your back. They made merchandise of you. So it's no different. Now they ain't gotta put channel chains around your neck. Come talk about it. Pull up.
Where can I see you guys later? Until I'm working, but I heard you guys.
Okay.
So I came over here.
Okay, we got an address on the back.
Yeah, but I want to talk with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
want this, so
We finna be here. Show the address on the
back
back.
here?
Yes, sir. On the bottom. Show the address on the bottom. So we got an address on the back and our number. You can call that number anytime and get in contact with us. We also got classes online that you can go to and listen.
Okay.
We gonna be coming here more frequently, trying to build here. You know, we want to build a congregation here. Okay. So we're gonna come back more frequently. We're trying to get our people to know who they are. You're an Israelite according to the Bible. God told the people, we gotta repent. We cannot serve idols anymore. It's time to wake up to our nationality.
I got a question though before he starts reading.
Yes, sir.
No, go ahead and read, man. Actually, I'll ask you that. I want to hear this.
Thanks,
go ahead and read.
Okay.
I want to hear.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So it said marriage is honorable and all in the bed undefiled. You can do what you want to do in your bed with your wife, not no girlfriend. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
God said, but if you're a whoremonger, you know what a whoremonger is?
Somebody that just, I need to go get it. I gotta find it before they put any money or anybody else ahead or try to help somebody. They always just think about one thing.
Sex.
That's it.
Okay, watch this.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
What's some ways God would judge a whoremonger?
No, go ahead. I ain't gonna try to answer.
So, you ever had it? Well, I'm not gonna ask you that.
You gonna catch a disease?
Yes, you get diseases.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I
what I'm
got
gonna tell
caught
you.
one time.
You get diseases. But what if it's not a disease? What if it's good? What if it's good?
It's probably good because when it happens, then you'll know I probably need to stop doing that.
Then now, what if she got a husband and it's good? Now you stuck.
Yeah.
Now you commit adultery. Now you in the line of fire of God. You already was. Now you a two-time loser. Now what if a husband get mad and see you one day creeping out the house and he pull out that 9mm and blow your head out? Now what? God will judge us, but we don't understand God's judgment. We say the laws of God are done away with, but then we don't understand the judgment that come behind breaking God's laws. That makes no sense. You might want to know what's going to happen to you if you break his law. So therefore you can avoid it. It may be some on your mind be like, you know what, I can't do that because I'm going to die. Or I can't do that because he might take this. But if we don't know that, we're going to continue on. That's why Christ came to get your mind right. Remember, it's like, why we got to listen to a man upon earth? Christ was an ordinary man. Christ said, follow my example. He didn't say, he said, follow my example, you're going to be good right with my Father. He didn't say, come down here and do what you want to do. Live an undisciplined life. He didn't say that. Watch this.
Next verse.
Verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have.
So what is the conversation when you're not talking, if you're not married, and the conversation, what's the barbershop talk? Man, she look good, man. Man, I want this kind of money. I want this job. I'm getting this money like this. I'm gonna sell some drugs over here.
But you gotta be grateful for what you got. If you're grateful for what you got, he'll continue to keep blessing you and blessing you and blessing you. Once you're grateful for what you got, it keep coming. But tests are gonna keep coming.
Right.
Tests are gonna keep coming.
We're gonna be covetous. We want what the next man got. We look at the brothers as competition. When your brother shouldn't be your competition. If you're doing well, I should ask you, man, how you do that? So I can be better. So we can learn together, so we can build together.
Understand the person to envy you and bring you down to
and they'll take your wife.
Yeah, do that too.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.